Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Monday, April 7th, 2025. So on a day that is merely 8 days away from Tax Day.
Tax Day.
Did you do the crossword?
Yes.
Did you find it to be a taxing crossword?
No.
That's good?
No, it was pretty easy because it was Monday.
It was a Monday, but Jeff Chen was in the marquee. He was the second author. The first was Jeffrey Leese. So the two Jeffs, which I believe might have been the name of a show in Britain. The two Jeffs. Well, there was the two Ronnies. I know that for a fact.
Yes, I recall that. I've never heard of the two Jeffs.
I'm convinced there was a show called that, or possibly called the two Ronnies. Yep. In any event, this was the two Jeffs, and they conspired to put together, as you say, a great crossword.
Yes.
You want to talk about the theme first?
Well, okay. Now, I did this on my phone. I often do Monday on my phone because it's easy. But I've noticed now, I have just pulled this up on my computer, and there are shaded squares.
Oh, that would have been useful to see.
I don't believe I saw those on my phone.
Oops.
But anyway, there are shaded squares throughout the puzzle. 4 pairs of 3 shaded squares and a clue. And of course, the clues are quite long, or the answers are quite long. So the first one was 19 across, and that was court summons. And the answer was tennis, anyone, which I thought was quite easy.
Yes, yep.
And then we had 27 across. Oh, and the shaded squares were the first 3 letters, the 10 of tennis, and the 1 of anyone. And then the next one was having a benevolent goal in mind, and that was well-intentioned. And again, the grade squares were the T-N, intentioned, and the O-N-E intentioned as well. So 10 and 1. The third one was 45 across, which was instruments for John Coltrane and Sonny Rollins, and that was tenor saxophones. And as you can guess, the T-E-N of tenor and the O-N-E of saxophones were shaded. And then the last one was the revealer clue, and it wasn't too hard to figure out what was going on here, but 53 across, big payout potential, or a hint to the words in these shaded squares, and the clue numbers on which they begin, and the answer to that was 10 to 1 odds, and of course the 10 and 1 were shaded. And I didn't quite understand about the clue numbers on which they begin. Are those like 10 to 1 odds? I guess, what? I'm not sure.
Well, we had 19 and 21.
Right.
29 and 31. So far they seem to be separated by 2. 45 and 49 separated by 4. And then 53 and 55 separated by 2.
Yeah.
So nope, I don't understand that at all either.
I'm not a gambler, so if that has something to do with odds, I don't know. And I do know a little bit about statistics, but that didn't even help me figure out what they were going for there. But anyway, lots of 10s and 1s in this puzzle.
Right. Maybe it's 10, 1 in different bases. I don't know.
I hadn't thought about
a
that.
small mystery. We probably should look this up.
Yeah, perhaps.
But apart from that, there were some other good clues and good answers in the grid.
Yep.
Did you know, 11 down, blank Ketchum, Pokemon protagonist, Ash.
Bet. Ash Ketchum. Gotta catch them all.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Only because we had children who were very much into Pokemon when they were growing up.
Was that a movie?
No, it was a cartoon that was on in the afternoons.
Okay.
So I think they did make some movies related to Pokemon, but I don't think we ever went to see them. But they faithfully watch that cartoon every afternoon. So
I like that. Yesterday we had Ash in the grid.
Yes.
And today we have it again.
In a whole new context. I wonder if they still have Pokemon. Probably not. But that was very popular, like kind of in the 2000s, right?
Pokemon doesn't exist anymore?
I don't know. But anyway, yes, I did get that one.
I thought there was sort of a virtual Pokemon where you wander around.
Oh, that's true. They had that a few years back.
I think that's still a thing.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I wouldn't swear to it though. I'll have to check it out.
Okay.
We had let's see, one across, insect that flies towards light at night, moth.
That is correct.
That was pretty straightforward.
Yep.
And in fact, most of the clues in the top left corner were straightforward.
Yes, I pretty much got that filled in right away.
I did enjoy the fact that we had 17 across, school on the Thames, which was Eton.
Eton, and that has been in the puzzle quite frequently as of late.
Definitely not a debut.
No,
it has been 851 times.
Yeah.
Yep, it was in today, and then it was at the March 30th, and then March 22nd, and then March 20th.
Yeah, it's been in quite a few times this last month. So.
Yep. Eton is on a roll.
Yep.
Not eating a roll, but Eton is on a roll.
Yes.
And then we also had 30 down, and 30 down was let's see, I need to be
English county through which the Thames flows.
Yes.
And that was Essex.
Yes.
Yes.
That was interesting. So we seem to have sort of a Thames mini theme here.
Yes.
We had 16 across. Blank or Neeson of Love Actually, Liam.
That is correct.
And apparently there's some sort of Mandela effect associated with Liam Neeson. Some people swearing that their name used to be Nelson.
Oh, really?
But apparently
Liam Nelson?
But apparently it's always been Neeson. I remember having trouble spelling that name at one point. I can't remember how I got it wrong, but it was definitely a problem for me at some crossword in the not too distant past. We had 15 down. I like that one. Intel chip whose name sounds like an element on the periodic table. Pentium.
Yes, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I broke out the old periodic table. I was trying to find Pentium just to make... Maybe one day they'll add it.
Perhaps.
The 100 and whatever they're up to, 115th element? Pentium.
Yes.
It's assuming that Intel stays around because they're having all sorts of problems.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
We had 32 across. The doctor's org was the AMA.
Yes.
And now when I look at AMA, I think the Reddit Ask Me Another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has been used as an answer for that.
I think
many times.
I think the AMA should host an AMA.
Well, they could.
Of course, you get a bunch of doctors hosting an AMA, and you're going to have all these people with all these syndromes and symptoms phoning them up.
That's true.
Or posting messages, as it were.
I noticed we had our old favorite, the cookie of the New York Times crossword at 62 across, but with a different kind of clue. Treat with the right stuff, and stuff spelled capital STUF. That was Oreo.
Yes.
That's how they spell double stuff.
That was cute. We also had 58 across, not for a Thanksgiving pie, pecan.
Pecan, yes. Pecan pie.
Oh, do you know why they have pecan pies at Thanksgiving?
That's just kind of a tradition.
Okay.
They have pumpkin pies and they have pecan pies. And some people have mince pies.
I see.
Mincemeat.
Is that actually made from meat?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, I didn't know. It had the word meat in the name, so it could have been.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I never liked mincemeat pie, so I'm not sure what it's made of.
We had 66 across, cry made while pointing. Look.
Yeah. That's very true.
I think that's in the Canadian Constitution. If you point at something, you are obliged to say look. As you are pointing. Not entirely sure if that's true, but we had 41 across, and that was machete, e.g., knife.
Yes, that was pretty simple.
Yeah, I think that's sort of downplaying a machete. It's not just a knife; it's a machete.
Yeah, but if you had to classify it, it is a knife.
I would say giant knife.
Right.
Or knife meant with mayhem in mind.
Right.
And we had 24 down. Baseball scored due to the defensive team's error. Unearned run.
That's right. I'm not sure how you write that on the scorecard, but it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, unearned run.
I mean, is it really an error on their part? Could they have just, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. I guess that's what an error is.
Well, I mean, like if they throw the ball to the first baseman to get him out,
right,
and he drops the ball or misses it, and that allows the guy to run all the way around the bases home, yeah, it's an unearned run.
Well, so you can
he should have only gotten a single, but he turned out to get home.
You can spin this one of two ways. You can blame it on the defense, or you can congratulate the offense. I think they should call it the lucky run.
The lucky break. Yeah.
That's right. It's like lucky run. That sounds much cheerier than unearned run. It's just like you did. I mean, it's insulting two people, right? It's insulting both teams. It's saying to one team, you loused up, and it's saying to the other team, you don't deserve the run that you just got. Well, it's really an insult. Either way you look at it.
Both kind of true.
But
one team did mess up, and the other team scored when they really shouldn't have.
Yes, but there's so much negativity in the world. I don't think we need to go. We don't need to add to that increasing stockpile of grief. I think we should say lucky run, and that cheers up the one team, and it doesn't really mention the other, so they sort of say they're out of the limelight, as it were.
Well, you can take that up with the MLB.
I'll tell you, I'm going for lucky run.
Okay.
So, all right, I think that is probably it for today. Tomorrow's Triplet Tuesday. And you'll want to come and listen, possibly participate, and possibly win fabulous prizes if we were having a Triplet Tuesday contest, which I guess we aren't yet.
We can't because we didn't advertise it, but we could have one next week.
Ooh, there's a thought. All right.
Yeah, let's put that on the calendar.
All right, got it. Okay. Triplet Tuesday contest. Not coming up tomorrow, but listen tomorrow so you can get practiced up for the contest next week.
That is correct. Yes.
And that is it for today. So thanks everyone for listening. We will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.